Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Jerry Ohm Dodge in Tampa, Florida, because guess what? We have it. This is a 2020 Ram 1500 Limited, but this one has the EcoDiesel engine that many people have been waiting for. So 2019, the Ram 1500 was redesigned. Late last quarter into the end of 2019, Dodge, or should I say Ram, came out with the EcoDiesel. Now what's wonderful is that this is going to help fill in a little bit of extra space in their lineup of different trims for the 1500, and being a Limited, you're going to see some niceties on the interior that are going to blow anything else out of the water that's coming from Ford or Chevrolet or GMC. One thing to be aware before we dive in is that if you ever wonder, like, why don't they call them Dodge trucks anymore? Well, after FCA and all that came together with Chrysler, they decided to reorganize things and separate it by calling them Ram trucks. And it actually has been a smart move because they had record sales last year of almost 600,000 Ram pickup trucks. So let's go ahead, dive into this 2020 Ram 1500 with the EcoDiesel. Right off the bat, you'll see those lines I was telling you about that came into the redesign for 2019. This truck was Truck of the Year for 2019, North American Truck of the Year, and you're gonna see why as we go around it. So full LED headlight design. I like how small the housing is. You have daytime running lamp, all LED, chrome trim. We drop down, no fake vents, not a bunch of plastic. You have your fog lamps down low, and then when you come across the grill area, I like what's going on. I like the flow from one side to the other. That Ram logo, nice and bright. You have some horizontal slots that are chrome and others are gloss black. And then you have a forward-facing camera, which obviously for 1500 is gonna be super important at that trim level. Flat black down low and nice bright chrome tow hooks on the front lower portion of the bumper, but definitely really has a nice look that's polished with the Limited trim. Now, when you go up onto the hood, you can see how high of a rise that center section is. Very distinct body lines is going to help separate the Ram from anything coming from Ford or GMC or Chevrolet. Now when we go around the bend here, you'll notice that flared fender look. I like the way it's all painted. We drop down and then feast your eyes on these. These are specific to the Limited. It's a 22-inch wheel. Love the machined. You have some gunmetal gray, really great look. All four corners, this has the optional air suspension. That's gonna make sure no matter what you're towing, what you're hauling, everything's gonna stay nice, flat and level, but really works well with the black and this wheel combination. Now, when we go up onto the fender and hood, there's that 1500 badge. I like the placement and the new EcoDiesel. Remember, it's a turbo diesel V6. When we get into the side, we have the Ram logo, and then the Limited is stamped into the trim that runs all the way along the bottom portion. Little bit of chrome on the door handles. Both top and bottom have the chrome trim, and even your side mirror. So it gives a nice cohesive package from front to side and definitely to the back. We keep working our way to the bed of the truck. I'll have Tom kind of show off what's going on here underneath the fender with the bed, and then you can take a look once again of those beautiful wheels. One of the probably best looking wheels I've seen on a pickup truck on this Limited trim. And I really am digging the flared fender just enough to give it some personality. Now, when we swing around back here, it's clean, and I'm digging it. Now, chrome is gonna help match in what's happening at the front, the sides, and the back. Very large Ram logo. You got your Limited badge. And then as we drop down, you have black painted rear bumper with the slash cut oval exhaust. I love that look. Of course, you're gonna have full tow capability, all your hookup points nicely placed, and then we're gonna go ahead and drop down the back. It is a soft release, and there is the opening to the bed. You're gonna have your full bed liner in there. You have LED lighting, of course, lighting at the back of the cab, power sliding rear glass. One thing I am gonna zonk is I would like to see a power source. Now, I'm sure that is something that could be optioned in, but I think on any Limited, we need to have a power source back here, and there is no step system for the Ram pickup truck. But I'm telling you right now, this tailgate is very, very light, very nice and clean at the back. Let's pop the hood and check what the noise is all about with the new diesel engine. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on this 1500 Limited. there is the new EcoDiesel. That's a 3-liter V6 turbo diesel engine. You're basically looking at it being mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It has a 321 rear axle, 260 horsepower, 480 pound-feet of torque. You could tow up to 12,560 pounds with this EcoDiesel setup, and the truck weighs in around 5,090 pounds. Like I was mentioning earlier, I think it's ultra smart that Ram went ahead, had the V6 turbo diesel, and it really fits up their lineup perfectly. You pop the hood, it's got a decent looking engine cover. Other than that, you could see the turbo diesel V6 in there. But why don't we go ahead, fire it up, and see if it makes any of that diesel sound. All right, guys, if you like fully loaded interiors, you have come to the right truck. This Ram 1500, like I said, outside, there's a few things that aren't my personal favorite, but beauty's always in the eye of the beholder. One thing you cannot argue about is the quality of their interior is mind-blowing. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, I know you're gonna show off some crazy stuff with this Limited. How much is it? MSRP, the way that this one sits, it's right at $67,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, very, very ornamental. I love the real wood finish. You have that brushed aluminum on the Harman Kardon optional sound system. You have leather with the contrast stitching. It looks so top class. It almost belongs in a BMW or an Audi or something like that, because I'm telling you, pickup truck blows my mind. Even a large pocket down there, 2 drinks and tons of Twinkies, or you could get yourself a meatball sub. Nice leather with the stitch work and the piping on the dash, that wood trim. Push the button, look at that. Nice felt lining. You could put a couple phones in there, they're not gonna get scratched. Then we open it up and more felt lining. That really shows the flexibility and the thought process into this vehicle. Close them up. I love the silver trim. We get to this. This really is where everything gets blown out of the water. That's a 12-inch infotainment system, vertical design, and you know what? It doesn't look like it was tacked on with bubble gum. It actually looks smartly integrated into the dash of this Ram 1500. The metal trim, really nice touch. You got your Ram logo up there. Even a 12 volt. Look at that, 12 volt. You can run a radar detector or any other dash cam or whatnot. And then of course, this is gonna be full touchscreen. You have buttons for your AC controls, heated seats, ventilated seats. We could get into all of that real easy by using the touchscreen right there. Heated steering wheel, go back to climate control. Of course, you're gonna have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You need a backup camera. There we are out the back. Nice, easy touch. You come down from that and you can see all your nice toggle switches. This is where you could adjust the height of the suspension. Really, really nice, easy to get to. You got a little cubby here for some Tootsie Rolls. USB and USB-Cs on both sides. So that's a total of 4 different pieces of technology you can connect, and an aux jack, and a wonderful cubby here that drops all the way down. Now, for cup holders, you have wood, nice wood finish. I like that. You even have another felt line area. I'm telling you, if you're into snacks, ho-hos, ding-dongs, Twinkies, you could store them every which way. One of my favorite parts, you slide that back and you could actually have the boxes of those items for backup. You have kids, you have workers, you got tons of stuff. Plus you got a home power source in there. Close that up. This armrest is crazy. Stitch work. I love the design, the Limited badge there. Open that up, more felt lining. So if you need to carry any valuable jewels or gold watches, you could put it in here and it's not gonna get scratched up in your Limited. Lift that up and even more space. So if you ever want to drive around with a football, this is the one you could do it and put it right in your center console. Close that up, seats. You can see the nice leather care guide that we have here, the stitch work, the perforated center, full power assist on both passenger and driver side of things. And you're gonna have that full panoramic sunroof. Really, really nice touch. There's your power sliding rear window. There's your shade. So all the buttons here to get to all the controls, nicely placed up top. You have LED interior lighting. Headroom, I got tons of it. Shoulder room is awesome. Why don't you come over to the business side of things? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Limited 1500. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this Ram 1500 Limited. You can see that you're gonna have 2 memory settings that are available on the door. And I'm telling you, when you look at the door, the finishes, it just blows my mind, the level of quality in here. Seat controls, easy to get to, very, very nicely done. And then steering wheel, you have that wood finish, both top and bottom, wonderful leather, flat black on all the buttons. You got that Ram looking at you like it wants to knock horns with you. And then that dash, it's a little busy, but it's cool looking. It definitely looks 21st century, and you're not gonna confuse this with any other truck manufacturer out there, period. Analog tach, speedometer, fuel gauge, coolant gauge, and then in the center there, you could go through a plethora. Look at this, you could actually have digital gauges there. Really nice touch. Transmission temp, oil temp. That's what you get in a Limited. You even get the leather on the grab handles to get in and out, and then a nice aluminum twist knob to your transmission. So it's got that accessibility. You don't have to worry about a column shift or anything here. These seats are a little piece of heaven. Plus, I'm gonna tell Tom to back up, because remember, of course, you're gonna have the retractable running boards, which is really, really nice to have on a feature like this. Tuck right up, and when it's time to get out, they drop right down. But why don't we go ahead, check out that back seat and see how much your passengers are gonna like this Ram 1500 Limited. All right, guys, backseat time in the Ram 1500 Limited. What can I say? It's a mobile apartment. You could have a party in here with all the spaces for snacks and people. Backs of the seats, all leather, even has the beautiful stitch work on the back. Pockets on both sides for an abacus, a book, a dictionary, a map. Look at this command center. Heated seats and ventilated seats for the back seat passengers. USB-C, USB, a little tiny cubby for some Slim Jims. Open that up, you got a home power source. AC vents are easy to get to. These seats are so comfortable. I got tons of headroom. You want to look at an armrest? Let's take a look at this armrest here. As we pull it down, bam, command central. 2 cup holders. Open this up, you could put your iPhone 20, it's not going to get scratched, or you could actually have a whole bunch of Twizzlers in there. Nobody wants a scratched Twizzler. That closes back up, nice leather finish. You got your power sliding rear window, and then I forgot to show you, here's the key fob, special Ram 1500 Limited on the back. You have your functions that you could do. Why don't we go ahead, since I have the key fob, I'm gonna jump up front, let's take this for a spin. Guys, we're in the Ram 1500, the Limited with the EcoDiesel. One thing is for sure, it's quiet as can be in here. It's unbelievable how whisper quiet it is. You do get a little bit of that chatter, that diesel chatter, but other than that, very, very nicely done with sound deadening in the Limited. Limited trims get a little bit more sound deadening than your other trim levels below it. Visibility out front is great. Back window's wonderful. Side mirrors, piece of cake. They really did a great job with the layout of this Ram 1500 Limited. And I get why people like this truck so much, because you're definitely getting the most tech. Now, zonk-wise, I'm a little off-put with the amount of gloss black around the infotainment system. I wish that this was maybe a different material so it wasn't so shiny, especially with the sunroof open. Seating position, though, is great. I'm really digging this, even over this ripped-up pavement, so smooth. And one thing I've also noticed, too, is that the gauges are very, very busy. So what I mean by that is that they look great, but there's just a lot going on there. Especially you have digital voltmeter and oil temperature. So it's like you got to really get acquainted with what's going on with the dash. And I think that's just going to take some time. But as you can see, going all over this ripped up section of pavement, yes, the truck's being moved, but it's not harsh. It's very, very smooth over a lot of those bumps. And for a truck, that is very, very surprising. All right, guys, I want to check out the acceleration of this 3-liter V6 turbo diesel engine on throttle. At 8-speed, drops down, smooth shifts, very, very quiet. So if you want a truck that doesn't have all that diesel chatter, this truck is right up your alley. I wish there was just a little bit more weight to the steering, but overall it drives very nicely. Let me feel the brakes here. Good feedback coming from the pedal. And I love how you can adjust the height in here. Right now we have it fully in the highest setting for the air suspension, and it just gives you a great view of the road and everything around you. Let's go ahead and get on throttle again. Really, really smooth. I tell you, that's a big asset of this truck, is you don't have a ton of weight off the front end of the truck for sure, because of the smaller V6. And the torque numbers are there, so if you need to tow something, you're definitely gonna be able to tow with this truck. Controls, it's easy to get to the AC, and then I almost feel like I would lose things in here. There's so many different compartments for so many different things. You got wireless charging in there. I mean, it's just unbelievable how much usable space is engineered into this truck. It just blows my mind, more so than any other brand. And we've driven them all here on Rainey's Rise, from Toyota to GMC to Chevrolet, whatever. I mean, this thing is very, very unique, and I could tell why they're selling so many of them. All right, guys, making a right-hand turn here. Visibility is awesome. Let me go ahead and get back on throttle. The amount of torque is ridiculous in this 3-liter V6, and I get it. I get why people love the interior so much. It's really nice being in this cabin, probably one of the quietest cabins we've ever been in, and that goes with luxury cars as well. All right, guys, driving through the traffic here. That's the thing that's wonderful about this truck. It is very easy to drive, and definitely has all the features that you could want or need in a vehicle. And I get why these vehicles are so popular with the interior the way it is and whatnot. Of course, some people have concerns about reliability compared to some of the other brands. And in the end, I think that there are a lot of people that are very diehard to a particular brand, and that's going to be interesting to see if Ram could persuade them to come over, say from Ford or Chevy or GMC. But let's see how a U-turn goes in this truck. Look at this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, back on throttle. Torque for days. Remember, you could pull up to 12,750 pounds with this truck, and that's going to make it definitely very versatile, and a truck that I'm sure many people are going to want to get into, because they already are. Almost 600,000 of these sold. But as you can see, we're back to Jerry Ohm Dodge. Hopefully this gave you a nice overview. We're going to wrap this one up, and I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day here at Jerry Ohm Dodge. Definitely got to thank J-Ron, the rest of the crew, getting us access not to any Ram truck. This is a Ram 1500 Limited with the EcoDiesel engine. Nice to have options. If you want to see trucks like these though on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rainey's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rainey's Rise merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee. We're working the crowds here at Jerry Ohm Dodge. Jerry Ohm Dodge is so busy. This has been high pressure, but we're getting it done. Thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.